Okay, I run the simulation of your design, and in super short, your problem is layering. You have too much stuff going on top of too much stuff. Like you have this this white ladder going on top of the green underline, going on top of the black underline, going on top of the the red. And with this you have four layers of threads on a very small spacing with small stitch length. So let's say your default tatami spacing is zero point 0.4, is usually what gives the best balance between coverage and density. Um, so you have four fields of zero point 0.4. If you would use some logic to think about how layering should be working, is like no matter how many layers you have, as long they have the same density as zero point 0.4 spacing tatami, you are okay, because um, the major problem in embroidery in general is density. Dense stuff give a lot of problems. So you would need to make each of these fields very light to sum up to 0.40, and this usually will end up hurting the visuals of your design for obvious reasons. So this is not the ideal visual look that you want. So with this design, there is some things you can do. There's not single solution, but one thing, you let me duplicate it. One thing you could be doing is picking up the top one and making a hole on the bottom one. On Wacom, you can select the object, press Ctrl D to duplicate. You can use Ctrl C, Ctrl V, but um, it is not as fast because you have to confirm that you are pasting. Ctrl D just duplicate straight away. And you can be using the shaping tools to do this. Right click on the gray area and look for shaping tools. With this tool, what you will be doing is first duplicate the top item that will make a hole on the bottom one. It will be selected after duplicating. Select the bottom one and click in back front. What this will do is make a hole on the bottom object. But the problem with this one is the fact that you will be having narrow tatami, and you basically just don't want this. So the best fix here for you would literally to remove this green, select all the colors, duplicate them, change the color, and convert them to run stitches. You would need to fix some because branched items will end up with this. But this will give almost the same effect. And depending on the size, like this one is just 80 millimeters, this will work fine. You don't need to worry about it, because will be lighter, will be faster, will give the same visual idea that you wanted. And yeah, so run stitches. But this black fill is a solid fill, so you can be using it to make a hole on this red one. So again, select, duplicate, select the red one, back front. Now you have a hole on the red one. It has narrow sections, not the ideal, but is not the major part of the object. um there is some problems with your outlines. They are not connecting, not even on the software. So this for sure will not be connecting, because you need to have them kind of touching each other, and sometimes even showing a little bit on the outside, because you need to think about the pull compensation. So after this red one gets embroidered, it will shrink up a bit, and after the outline goes, and will be perfectly on the edge. Um, One thing you can do to make this design very light is literally to get rid of this red fill. You will be using this outline that you did. So increase this outline to 2 millimeters, clicking on offset, put on 65. What this will do is expand this outline a little bit to the outside. Select the outline again, duplicate it, convert to a run stitch, and this will be running first on your design, but continue to set up like this. So select it, put it on 4 millimeters first with variable run length, turn it off. Duplicate this item again. So let me go back real quick. 4 millimeters. Now you change the color of this run to the color of the fill you wanted, because what we will be doing here is the applique technique. That is consisting basically using fabric as your fill. Very useful. Sorry, very useful on some logos. Especially this one, because you have a lot of different colors. So it is an opportunity to have way less stitches. So again, red 4 millimeter, duplicate again, put on other color. Usually I use this very lime green just to make me pay attention on the next steps. So with this red one, it is a marking, just so you know where the fabric will be going. You would be using a red fabric here. The next one you put on 3 millimeters, duplicate it again, and put on 1.8 millimeters. What you will be doing here is marking your fabric, holding your fabric down quickly. This is why the 3 millimeter stitches, to go around fast. And the 1.8 is to help on the next step, that after this 1.8 you will be cutting around the entire thing. Oh, make sure to leave variable run length enabled for this tool. Or you can leave it off. Sometimes does not make too much difference because there is some curved sections that can have the 3 millimeters one poking out. So maybe just leaving variable run on for the 3 millimeters on, it will increase stitch count a little. As you can see, it goes from 90 to 180. So marking to where the fabric will go, hold the fabric down, cut, then your outline. So this outline will be covering the edge of the fabric. There is some settings that is nice to have here. Like I say, 2 millimeters is really the minimum that you can be going. I avoid go beneath 2.5. I always put the offset on side 1 to 65. It will be the outside. And for the underlay here, what you will be using is double zigzag with 5 millimeter of spacing, and followed by an edged run. So what this will do with your fabric after you cut is the double zigzag will pick the edges and kind of make them collapse on the inside. Then the edged run will basically be a foundation for your topping satin stitch, so they don't collapse and keep with a consistent widget. Okay, so this is other option. You can make holes, you can use applique if you want just full stitches. Use the run stitch. About your letters, you need to give them angles. So simple way to do this is select, press F2. You'll be selecting the complex turning tool, and you will be just giving the angles here. Simple as that. For circles, you can literally make a cross, and you have the angles. You don't need to make 4 of them. You just make the cross. It will be way faster. Don't overlap like this because will not work the way you like it. So always make your angles not overlapping other parts of the item. Here on this A, every time you go for these parts, do what you did here. This is right, because when you leave the angle like this, gets kind of ugly and with tendencies of bird nesting on the tip. So this is right, but this is wrong. You would need to have this one like this. This one do vertical. The T letter is right. About these tatami letters, they are small. So you will be only doing tatami letters if it is I don't know how you guys call it, but this, not the cursive ones, best way to put. But don't just pick the letter and convert it to tatami, because we'll have the item separations, because it is a branched object. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. What you will be doing it is convert them to vector fill, select, and clean up some edges. Sometimes gets a little weird. Select the vector, click on tatami. Now you have a letter that has a single angle. This will be better for embroidering because we'll avoid too much direction changes inside the item while it is embroidering, and looks better too. But only do this, let's say, if the column of your letter is going above almost 1.5, almost 15 millimeters, because for small stuff, what will end up happening is that you will bunch up a lot of stitches on the same place. This is increased density, and a good way to see is like your fabric can hold this much density. If you go above, you get bird nesting. Um, For the rest, it's okay. There is nothing majorly wrong with your design. You just need to be more attentive about what you can do to make it lighter. At least myself, I am very how can I say? I always keep pressing the same button about make your designs lighter, because will be good in a lot of ways. One will be, if it is in a shirt, will be comfortable for your clients, will be cheaper for your client, which will make your client want to go back to you, because if you deliver something average, it is expensive, there is no why they will want to buy with you again. So lighter, uh cheaper, will be faster to you to work on it too, because this is why it becomes cheaper. Less time working, more time to personal projects or things that you have the objects to be a passive income, like doing some stuff to live done and sell on go. I think I already said it would be comfortable. Yeah. um that's it. Nothing too complicated, just little things that can make a very big difference. And the best way to learn, literally, do something wrong embroidery and see how bad will go, because the best learning tool on embroidery is to literally fail. This is why I have so much experience, not because I studied or things like this. I believe that at least 80% of what I know is because of failures. And I am the type of person that likes to mess with settings to make it wrong on purpose and try to fix it. And maybe I shouldn't be using this on some places of my life, like dismantle my entire machine to learn how to put it back. She's working. uh but yeah, I was kind of short, only 20 minutes. Any questions, feel free to DM me. I will reply on free time. Yeah, bye bye.